Hi everyone, I'm Carolyn, and I'm here again today with another channeled message from the LightKeepers, a group of angelic beings I channel on a regular basis. And for those of you who are new and have not watched one of my videos before, or maybe understand why I'm channeling or who I'm channeling, I have a welcome video on my own YouTube page, Carolyn Zaiser, because some of you are watching this on Higher Self. So I would say after you watch this, you might want to head on over and look at my welcome video if you're curious about the story behind how I began channeling them. So today's channel is about relationships, and I'm going to comment on this because I think it's an interesting one, and really kind of talking about what is a relationship. And I think it's a little different than what we all have thought about, particularly now since we're going through our spiritual awakening process. So I'm going to get to it right now. We ask you this day, what do you believe of relationships, those which are your most meaningful reasons for being? Is it not which you come for to love and comfort another in this lifetime? For there are many ways in which one can offer themselves to another in the course of time. You are here to experience the joy and love of what another can bring you, of what you can bring another. For it is this glory among all glories that makes you human. Love is at the foundation of any relationship. Love is the bounty of all being. You who come into this human form are searching and seeking the connections between others, across lifetimes, the connections that will bring to bear who you really are. For it is within these relationships that you find the deepest part of who you are. For it is this that they come. For it is this that you come. Do not discount any form of relationship that enters your path, for it is all meant to be. You will find those relationships that offer you more support than you can imagine, more love than you can imagine, more joy than you can imagine, and often more sorrow than you can imagine. But imagine that, for it is real. It is all part of the human experience of loving, of knowing one another, forming relationships in humankind. Those who come your way are to come your way for a reason, a purpose, to offer you a lesson, to offer you kindness, to offer you support. In some cases, the lessons are so difficult you cannot imagine seeing your way through it. In many cases, you will not even understand why the person has entered your path in the first place. For it is housed within the library of knowing, the library of experience that dwells within your being, impacting who you become, who you are in this realm of this lifetime. For it is not with these relationships and these experiences, be they as fleeting as they may be, or as long-standing as they may be, that will go without impact in your life. You carry the storehouse of all who you have connected with throughout your lifetime. It is what offers you who you are today, who you are forevermore. Understand that everyone who enters your path is a relationship. If you understand that each of these relationships is a part of you, you will understand that your reactions to each relationship matter. They become you, and you become them. For it is with all glory that other people enter your path. For it is with all glory that you entered their path. For without this, who are you? Who are they? This is how humankind becomes all they can be, through the utmost glory of the relationship between one another. For this we ask you to love each other and everyone who enters your path, for now and forevermore. We leave you in light and love, forevermore, the LightKeepers. So that was just, I thought, such a powerful channel to help us think about what the definition of a relationship is and how it impacts us. And there are a few things in here, and I'm just going to give a short take from one of the pieces that I've been thinking out. First, there's the energetic component that you could discuss all day long, but I'm just going to give some examples from my life and talk about fleeting relationships. So this is kind of funny. I have always said that I'm better at short relationships where I meet somebody, chat with them for a little bit, and off they go, and we never see each other again. And for some reason, they're really powerful for me. And I don't know why that is, or I haven't known why that is until I've gone through awakening. And what I have now realized is, and I still remember some of these. For instance, I used to travel a lot for work, so I used to fly a lot. And you're stuck in a plane with people sitting next to them sometimes, or across the aisle, or whatever, or waiting for a flight. Anyway, I have found some of my most powerful, memorable conversations to have been with people I have met during my business trips. And yet they were short, but they were powerful. And yet, honestly, I think it's an opportunity for you to connect with people, in my example, on flights, where you would never have a chance otherwise. And then for me, it's not this long-standing relationship that you have to keep building, and that's a whole nother conversation and my issue, right? But the point is there's some kind of soul connection that happens. There's an immediate need for somebody to speak to you or you to speak to them, and there's a reason you're there together. And it's a relationship that you formed with them. Doesn't have to be long, because we think so often that relationships are all these long-standing relationships we have to have. Not at all. And I've always kind of known this, but boy, I could not believe this when this channel came through, because it validated to me what I have felt so energetically and so strong in my life, that these short little interactions, these soul connections, these short conversations that we have can sometimes be the most powerful for us and help us journey through something we're going through. Now, you can talk all day long about whether or not you want to be talking on a flight and sitting next to someone who either wants to talk and you don't, because usually that's kind of the way it works. But there's times when those conversations are just meant to happen, and they're magical, and there's a soul connection that takes place. So I think what we're talking about here is these relationships that are, well, we're talking about all relationships, but how we're energetically connected to everyone, and that they've left a part of you they've left a part of them in you, and you've left a part of you in them for eternity. And so this vision that I'm seeing right now, because oftentimes I kind of vision when I talk about these things, is I see all these light connections, okay? Like pinpoint dots, but all these lines like a cobweb. Ooh, I have chills when I'm talking about this, which is a confirmation that that's accurate. All this light going in many directions and connecting with each other, even during these little short fleeting conversations. So I guess I'll just leave you with this. I think there's a lot more to talk about in this one, but again, think about how maybe you can integrate that into your life and think differently about what a relationship really is, because you're never alone. You really are never alone. You always have the opportunity for a relationship, be it what we call short relationships or long-term relationships, or just those conversations you have on the occasional flight on a business trip or whatever your adventure may be. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.